First time in a long while I felt peace, no phone calls, no deadlines, no silence between me and my husband, just the sound of the ocean and my son's laughter. But peace is fragile. Sometimes it only takes a moment for everything to fall apart. That day, something happened, not something visible, but something inside me. A realization sharp and cold that I had become invisible in my own life. Phoenix and I had been married for 15 years, to the world we looked perfect, a home to children, stability, but inside those walls I was fading. He stopped seeing me, not out of cruelty but out of habit. I became part of the furniture, necessary, silent, unseen, so I buried the loneliness. I smiled when I had to. I told myself that this is what marriage looks like: compromise, patience, distance. But that day on the beach, as I watched Leo laugh under the sun, something inside me cracked. I envied him, his freedom, his light, and I realized how far I drifted from who I once was. When we returned home that evening, Phoenix was still at work. The house felt hollow, as if it had forgotten how to hold warmth. I stood by the window for hours, listening to the ticking clock, feeling the weight of every unsaid word. That's when I made my first mistake, not something terrible, but something human. I let bitterness take root. I stopped reaching out. I stopped forgiving, and slowly I began building a wall so high even love couldn't climb over it. The months that followed were heavy. Phoenix and I barely spoke. We lived side by side, but our hearts were miles apart. Leo grew quieter too, a mirror of my silence. I told myself it was just teenage mood, but deep down I knew that my sadness was spilling into him. And then one evening, as I sat alone in the kitchen, Phoenix came home late again. He looked at me, really looked. For the first time in years, there was exhaustion in his eyes, but also regret. He said, "I'm sorry, Freya, I didn't realize how far we've drifted." That night we talked for hours, not about work or bills, but about us, our fears, our failures, our dreams. It wasn't perfect, it didn't fix everything, but it was a start. You see, this story isn't about betrayal or scandal. It's about loneliness. It's about how silence can destroy love faster than anger ever could. If you've ever felt unseen, if you've ever watched love fade quietly without knowing how to save it, then you know what I mean. Sometimes the greatest secrets we carry aren't about what we've done, but about what we've lost within ourselves. It took me years to understand that healing doesn't come from forgetting the past, it comes from facing it. So if you're listening to this, I hope you remember one thing: don't wait for the world to see you. See yourself first. Thank you for listening. If my story touched you, please like, share and subscribe, not for me but for every silent soul still learning how to be seen again. Please like, comment and subscribe to our channel, True Infidelity Stories. Thanks for watching.